Well, next up, we have Erik Unemyr. He's with ROS-Industrial Asia Pacific. Erik, are you on the line?
Yep, I'm here. Good morning, good evening, everyone, depending on where you are. So I'll do a quick update on the activities in Asia Pacific for this quarter. Next slide, please. Yeah, so starting with our membership base. So as some of you may be aware, so Asia Pacific is the kind of the youngest region of the consortium. So we're about 2 years plus old at this moment. So we're still in a ramp-up phase. We now have 14 members here in Asia Pacific, and we have pretty good traction generally. We see a lot of interest from companies within the Asia Pacific region on ROS. We have a number of members joining the consortium the last couple of quarters here. So we have Singapore Polytechnic, which is a local school in Singapore, primarily interested in training related, joining in March. We also have Yokogawa, Japanese MNC joining, Konica Minolta also joining, and one of the quite interesting players as well is recently we had Panasonic joining here on 1st of July. So there's a little bit of space here on the far right of the screen. So we will most likely have another member joining us here in a day or two that I can hopefully announce then. But generally, we do see quite a lot of interest, and that's very encouraging. Next is events. So we had our Asia Pacific workshop here in Singapore, 18th or 19th of June. So I'll share a bit more information about that event here shortly. And looking forward, one of the key events that we have here as well in Asia is the Industrial Transformation Asia Pacific exhibition. So this is a Hannover Messe event for Asia Pacific. It will be held in the end of October. And then, of course, we have ROSCON here in the last day of October here in Macau. So I'll share a bit more about the ITAP exhibition upcoming here as well. Next slide, please. Okay, so for the Asia Pacific workshop, it was conducted on 2 days, 18th or 19th of June. We had just over 110 guests joining us from no less than 26 countries or 26 nationalities. We had a key theme of this year was related to ROS2. So we had a number of speeches, of course, by Open Robotics, but we also have sharings from Microsoft, Intel, AdLink, Woodside Energy, among others as well. Next slide, please. So I'm not going to go into all the details here, but we had overall 17 speakers. ROS2 was one of the key topics that I mentioned. The other main theme was on some of kind of key applications or end use cases as well. Also going into some of the trends that we see for open source robotics and ROS. Next slide, please. So I think Matthew mentioned these slides will be shared on the members portal later, right? So that people can refer to them. Otherwise, I guess you can take a quick screenshot here if you're interested. So the presentation decks as well as the videos of the talks from the workshop are now available online. So you can go to this web link here and you can download any slides or videos that you're interested in. Next slide, please. And similarly, we just released yesterday actually a highlights video of the workshop as well, which is just a quick summary of the whole event and some of the demos and talks that were conducted.
Great.
Next slide, please. Okay. So upcoming events, so we have the Industrial Transformation Exhibition, like I mentioned. It will be in the third week of October. It will be held in Singapore Expo. We have a ROS-Industrial booth. We'll be exhibiting. We will be showcasing a number of topics related to ROS, primarily in technology related to factory automation integration. pick and place related or dynamic pick and place related applications, and third one will be related to augmented reality with ROS. So if I think most of the people joining us here today are from the America side, but if you're in the region, feel free to visit us at the Industrial Transformation Exhibition. Next, please. Okay, so I'll just showcase or quickly go through a few demos that we showcased during the Asia Pacific workshop here as well. So one of the technologies that we've been working with together with one of our local members, Unitech, is pallet detection module. So basically it uses 2D LiDAR based sensor equipment to do automatic pallet detection from different angles. And we used created a ROS package to do this. So if you're interested in this or have similar applications that might want to do kind of shape detection of various forms using different types of sensor data, we're quite happy to have a discussion and look at what needs you have in this particular area. This particular solution will not be open sourced, but I'll be sharing a bit more about some other proof of concepts and packages that we will be open sourcing here later this year. Next slide, please. Okay, we also showcased the ROS-2 version of the PACML solution. So Dejanira, joining the call here today, worked on this particular solution. We will also be doing a short presentation on ROS-Con related to PACML2. So if you have the chance to go there, Dejanira will be sharing a bit more technical details about this particular solution. One of the things with ROS-2 here is also there's some new capabilities in ROS-2 related to finite state machines that is kind of a convenience functionality that makes it easier to program state machines. So that's something that we're also leveraging for the new solution. So we implemented this demo using AdLink neuron board and DDS and for the communication as well. Next slide, please. Okay, another kind of development focus that we have is related to collaborative or lighter duty pick and place applications of various forms. Also looking at kind of high mix types of applications. So we showcased a solution where we are developing a convenience library that automatically looks at constraints of your object that you want to pick, as well as the different end effectors that you may have available on your robot. So we have a video on this as well, but basically the upper image here has the package turned on the large surface face down, which means that the width and height of the box here is actually too wide for the 2-finger gripper, and it will then rely on the second end effector tool, which is a vacuum suction cup to pick up the box. In the second scenario, the box is on the short surface down, and that allows for the 2-finger gripper to pick up the box instead as a more reliable source of pickup. So this is just one use case, but the library is very generic. So it just looks at very generically different types of constraints that you have, whether you have a 2-finger gripper, 3-finger gripper, different types of kind of mechanical architecture of the gripper or end effector that you have, as well as the shape of the surface. It's intended to automatically make informed decisions about how to best choose the suitable tool or the suitable grasp position for this particular scenario. So this is work that's still in progress. We will eventually intend to open source this package once it's more validated for different use cases and more reliable. One of the focus areas for this project as well is to make sure that it's very high performance, because we're looking at this for kind of short cycle time applications. Next slide, please. Okay, so we have a couple of packages that we will be releasing as open source. So we have the Robotic Vision Integration Pipeline project, RVIP, which we presented in the Americas meeting in April. So this kind of like a skeleton project for having a simple pick and place application with accurate positioning. So we'll be releasing this in Q4 this year after the ITAP exhibition. Similarly, we intend to release the PACML ROS-2 version here as well in Q4 this year.